sure got it.
And take one.
110. Oh, hello, it's Mark here, and it's not just me. It's my Stratocaster. It hasn't actually got a name. I suppose some people name their instruments, but it's my Strat. It's back. For anybody who's seen the older videos of this being played on the street and then followed its story. Anyway, here it is. Hey, and it still plays. So, why are we, me and artfrob, who's behind the camera here, making this video? Because I've tried loads on my own and I just delete them. And this is the start of what will hopefully be a lot of videos which will start on artfrob but then go to a channel that I will create, and it's not just going to be putting songs up like have been videoed on the street. It's in response to the many thousands, no, dozens of emails I get from guitarists who ask me questions about playing, about how I play, and usually it's have I got the tab for a certain song. And I reply, say, I don't read or write tab. I've never used any written music at all. And here is my disclaimer, that I have no formal training. I haven't had guitar lessons. I've never studied how to play the guitar. And it crossed my mind that I could call these how to play the guitar all wrong. But all I can do is show how I play. And really we've got to go back to the beginning for me to then go through more advanced techniques, as in instead of hitting a note and just going, hitting a note and making it go. So we've got one note on the guitar and we just go. But we can just, without changing our finger position on the there, we can then turn that into. There, that was just to try and demonstrate that. So my way of playing is very simple and rarely involves the little finger. And as I said, my disclaimer is if you do want to play Joe Satriani technical fast runs, you have to, I think, do the hours of training all your fingers to do that. I never did that. My playing is much more. It's usually two fingers. Two, that's three. There's two. It's trying to take it from to, and I think we'll take a break there and pause for a cup of tea or something, and I'll see you shortly. Cut. And you can stay there. Right. Are we filming? We're filming. Action. Ah, no. Hello, it's Mark here again on what will hopefully be part one of what I've been jokingly calling how to play the guitar all wrong, because I play the guitar all wrong. And for any qualified guitar teachers out there who are watching, you'll probably be saying, yes, he is, don't listen to this guy. So this isn't a tuition video, this is in response that I have been asked questions about how I play and asked to show how I play certain songs. And the only way I can do that, in my mind, is to go back to the very beginning, which is me aged 11 on a homemade plywood guitar that my uncle made. And we had one book, we being myself and my brothers, and it had some chord shapes in it, so we could learn to play a G and a D and an E. But then I learnt I had to play the E differently to free up this finger to make a bar chord. E becomes F sharp, becomes G, becomes A, and we take that finger off and it becomes the minor. So I got to that level of knowledge about playing, but I didn't study, I made it up myself. So if I put some backing on, which is my Busker's Blues, so if I was listening to this back then and I wanted to know what key it was in, I knew that on this E string, if I went up, it went to F and so on. So I'd listen to this and I would go. That sounds the same to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's in A. So I'd make a bar chord, which changed to the other chord of the blues, but back to the root chord. That's an A minor, that's not right. So we know this is in A major. And I learned to do that. So that's about the extent of my rhythm playing. This will focus more on lead solo playing because that's just what I've been doing. So I never learnt scales. What's a scale? It's that sort of thing. And as I understand it, that the correct way to learn is one practices those scales. Until you can be Joe Satriani or Bailey or any one of these guys who can play solos and up and down using all these fingers. And I can't do that after a lot of years playing guitar because I never sat down for hours to teach my hands to do that. So for anyone else out there who's tried to do that and maybe given up playing, and I've met people, this is for you because this doesn't involve all that. So once again, my disclaimer is if you want to play guitar like that, I think you have to put the work in and learn the techniques and get all your fingers to really do the job. We've got the backing track playing and I'm not playing, I'm just talking over it. So we'll take that down and I'll just stop that for a minute. So, where to go? Right, we're starting at the beginning. So I've explained how I came to play the guitar. Now, my map of the guitar net, which I still get lost. I think I have some sort of musical dyslexia, if that's a condition that exists, because I get lost on the fretboard and stumble, and you can hear that in my playing. Instead of the scales thing, this was what somebody who asked me how to play lead blues guitar, and I came up with this scenario that you've been playing a little while, you're learning to play, and you're in your local town, going past a local blues club, and there's a band playing, but the guitarist hasn't turned up, and all his gear's there, and the guy comes out the stage door and says, "Oh, I know you, come and play, we need a guitarist," and all of a sudden you're on stage playing with this band who's just started their blues song. back to this again. It's in A major. Where do I start? Now, so my map of the guitar is basically, let's see if we can get a bit more of a close up here. We've come up to A. So my starting point for a major blues in A, it's all based around, I won't say squares, because it's a rectangle. What do you mean? You've got your fingers on this, okay. Now I'm looking down from this way, so my reference will be bottom to top. So first finger goes on the D string. In my mind, that is the bottom left of a rectangle. What is the bottom right? It would be the 7th fret on the D. And then the top corners are just these. So that's a lot easier to remember than having to think about anything else. The next rectangle is just coming down this way. So there's the bottom one. Now if we add another one on the bottom, it doesn't sound right, but if we go down 2 frets, we've got the bottom one. And in my mind, for anyone who had a electric racetrack figure of 8 or a model railway, think of that. And there's that figure of 8. So obviously this isn't just all the notes that we're going to play, but we've got to start somewhere. And there are more going up, yes, but let's concentrate just on these. But so I've admitted I can't play lightning fast runs and complicated theoretical phrases. I just know this very simple way of playing. And but how do we take to make it into something that people might want to hear and that we enjoy playing? Bending, vibrato, and how we attack the note with our pick are the 3 main elements, I would say, in that. So okay, it might not be the best solo ever, but I'm trying to make a point to go from I'll stop there, but in essence I didn't change my fingering. Yes, I bent, but I didn't go to any other notes. And so there we go, and I will fade the track out now, and we'll so it's finishing and another track started. So so there, I'll try and explain clearly. I know myself I will often suddenly go off on a tangent, try to explain, and you might be going, what's he on about? He's gone, but I'll do my best. And that's what I said about my playing. You can just enjoy it and do your best. And hopefully we'll cover lots of different techniques. As I mentioned then, I think bending and vibrato are 2 very obvious techniques to turn into something more. Let's do our bending. Let's do our vibrato. Combine the 2. another video that we thought might be interesting was, is it possible to play a killer solo and keep a completely straight face? No. Harmonics. I learned my love of harmonics from the late great Rory Gallagher, who I was lucky enough to see at Blackpool Winter Gardens when I was, I think, only 17, 18. And he had, what do you mean by pinched harmonics? We mean instead of playing, we play. No harmonic? Harmonics. You have to go, that secret is in going. I don't know about the face thing. It's not a conscious thing. I don't think if I pull a face I'll play better guitar. I just try to get into playing guitar and that's how it works. So yes, that's another technique, and there are many, and we've done I'll quickly go, let's go back to, no. We're back to that, so we're back to our A major blues. The little bit I did was what I would call more the minor blues scale in my mind. Yes, if you've had lessons and you go, no, you're playing I might be. But with major blues, there's another scale. It's still based around the same rectangle thing, but I call it the country scale because it's that one, and it's just coming down under in my mind, we're in A, so I slide down and make my first rectangle here, and then often slide to the, and add take it up an octave, and we go up to, back to the other scale. There. I think probably now is a good time to pause and stop for a cup of tea or other stimulating or non-stimulating beverage. I'll see you all soon, but whoever bothers to tune back in for the part 2 after watching this, some of you might have thought, oh no, let's go and watch somebody who can actually knows how to teach how to play guitar.
Actually, Mark, there was no filming.
I have to. I'm sure Bob's joking then, and it is filming, but that reminded me of a time